And I'm going to ask some of my co-hosts, my amazing Rap Report staff, if you'll help let some people in for just a moment while I give a few pieces of housekeeping. First of all, hello and welcome to everybody who's tuned in. This is an amazing crowd. We're already really excited. If I have not had the pleasure of meeting you or virtually meeting you in the last year, my name is Rachel Wimberly. I'm the Director of Adult Programs and Arts and Culture at Shalom Austin, and this program lives in both areas, and we're really excited that you're here. The Purimshpiel is a highlight of my work Shalom Austin and for staff and the community members every year. We really look forward to it. And the Simcha readers are consummate professionals, as they say in the theater. The show must go on, and we are thrilled that they decided to take the Purimshpiel virtual. So if you are not familiar with the Simcha readers, this is our community theater, adult 60 and better community theater group at Shalom Austin. And this piece was written, directed, produced, and acted by this group. So this is truly like grassroots theater, and we are just thrilled to have y'all. We're thrilled to have them with us, and we're thrilled that y'all are all here. A few real quick things. If you are not as familiar with Zoom, in the top right-hand corner of the big, large Zoom frame, you have an option for view. And you might want to do a speaker view for this, because what will happen is you'll get to see the different players pop up as they're speaking. So it's a little nicer than the large sort of Brady Bunch style grid. So you might want to go to speaker view in the top right as opposed to gallery view. We're going to ask that the audience stay muted during the production so that we can hear the actors, but we'll ask at the end to unmute yourself and give them a cheer and a clap to thank them for their amazing performance. And I think I might have mentioned at the very beginning, I hit record. We're going to record this for posterity and maybe some other uses. And I am also going to take some photos because, as you can see, we have some amazing costumes here. So just want to let everyone know. So if you're not comfortable with photos, you can always just not have your camera on. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Bennett Neiman and Sue Billich.
Thank you. As Rachel said, this is a highlight in the year for us as well as JCC. This is the 5th annual Shalom Austin Senior Adult Purimshpiel, and it couldn't happen without the incredible support of the department and the J, Rachel Wimberly, Rachel Stern, and all the other people who really help out. In addition to what Rachel said, I would encourage you, if you're busting at the seams to say, oh my God, that was great, you could go to the chat room and say, Bennett, in the chat, that was awesome. And I can go back to you. So you might want to give us, because we have no feedback, we hear no applause. So if we get an attaboy on the chat room, that would be great. At the end, 2 things. First of all, I'm going to introduce the cast at the end and the players. Also, I'm going to ask Rachel to keep turn the voice on so you guys can applaud and scream and hoot and howl at the end. Okay, now I do want to say, you'll notice in the gallery, there is no king formally written. However, the king is hiding in the kitchen with the chef. The chef is Sandy Mann. His husband David is the king, and you'll see him lounging on his whatever in the back of the room. So anyway, it's going to be great. We love doing it. COVID couldn't stop us. This terrible storm couldn't stop us. We're going on. And I'm going to introduce our first character, whose nickname is Elsa. It's Susie Gallagher. You saw her in Frozen, and she's done a parody for our show. Susie, take it away. Begin our show.
The time is right. The time is right to hear of Esther's plight. So many things to be seen. For sure, in our estimation, Esther is a clever queen. The songs are awesome. We are all so filled with pride. Hope we know our lines. Heaven knows we've tried. We know you'll laugh. You'll surely see. Be the good audience you seem to be. You'll feel and squeal and let things show. And then we'll know. Here's our show. Here's our show. So we've tried to use some tact. Here's our show. Here's our show. You can't get your money back. We don't care what you're going to say. Let the show go on. Bad reviews never bother us anyway.
Good evening, everyone. Just like we do every year, we are gathered here to honor the holiday of Purim. However, this Purimshpiel will be different. Instead of recounting the story of the whole Megillah, like we do each year, this year we are just going to focus on one part of the story. Everyone knows how Esther gave 2 banquets for Haman and the king as a way of softening up the king so she could confront Haman and ruin his plot to get rid of all the Jews. But what you didn't know is that at the second banquet, Esther hosted a talent show for all the people at the banquet. Our show today is a recounting of what happened at Esther's talent show. And so, without further ado, I give you Queen Esther.
Thank you, Princess Di. Good evening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your meal and are ready for a wonderful evening of entertainment. We have so many great acts. We have auditioned people from all over Shushan and selected the very best talent for this evening's contest. We have even allowed Jewish people to enter the contest, even though you all know that they have been condemned to death on the 13th of Adar, which is coming up very soon. Before we hear from our first contestant, though, I want to introduce our 3 very distinguished judges for the evening. First is Judge Paulawasha Abdula. Good evening, Paulawasha.
Oh, good evening, Queen Esther. I'm so happy to be a part of all of this. Thanks for inviting me.
My pleasure. Next, I want to introduce the man of honor for this evening's festivities, a man who needs really no introduction, our Prime Minister, Haman Cowell.
Yeah. Let's get on with this.
And our third judge is also someone that many of you will remember. She is an old friend to many of you. She used to be queen here many years ago when she was still young. The former ex used to be but is no more and never will be again, Queen Vashti.
Vashti?
Queen Vashti.
Enough with the old already. Talk to me when you're my age, kid.
Fat chance. I hope that you agree that we are lucky to have such an impressive panel of judges for our talent show. I have asked my good friend, Princess Di, to help me MC this event. But now let's get on with our show. Good evening, Princess Di.
Good evening. So glad to be joining you.
Our first song of the evening will be sung by the amazing chef who made tonight's meal. I know you will all agree it was amazing, especially the chicken soup.
Ooh.
Chef Sandy is going to tell us all about it and the rest of our feast.
76 raw bones in the chicken soup, with 110 soft, moist matzo balls. They were followed by bowls and bowls of some sweet potatoes, a feast for royalty and all. There were copper-bottom steamers full of onion rolls. Buttering, buttering, everyone did grin. Plenty horns of vegetables, all kinds of fruit, lots of juice rolling down every chin. There were 57 punch bowls on the beverage line. Everyone wondering who pulled off this plan. Double spouted gravy boats, a table just for ice cream floats and candies and mints to beat the band.
Oh, that was lovely, dear. I love how you sing from your full chest. In fact, if you join me in my dressing room after the show, I'd like to explore that full chest, breathing technique.
Chef Sandy, that was a bit like ordering a hamburger and receiving only a bun.
Oh, Haman, you don't mean that. She was just fine.
Fine. I'm only glad she can cook better than she can sing. Stick to your day job, honey.
Our second act is a teenager from the Jewish neighborhood singing about one of his favorite places to hang out. Oh, here he is now.
It's fun to go to the SHUL. It's fun to be at the SHUL. That teenagers enjoy. They have everything that teenagers enjoy. You can hang out with girls and boys. It's fun to go to the SHUL. It's fun to be at the SHUL. You can have fun that's clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. It's fun to go to the SHUL. It's fun to be at the SHUL. There's so many things you can really enjoy as long as you are not a goy.
Oh, my God. You have some great moves there, honey. In fact, I'd like you to join me in my dressing room after the show. I've got some other great moves that I'd like to show you. I mean, like choreography.
During that whole song, your voice was so garbled, I really thought you were drowning.
He could sing anytime to me, honey. I thought he was cute.
Cute? It was vile. He couldn't win this competition if he was the only one in it.
Our next act is so very talented. She's one of our judges, Paulawasha Abdula. Paulawasha is going to sing to us and at the same time teach us some things some of us may not already know. Here she is now.
They look swell in their place. They fit perfectly on a big face. Not petite, not demure. Honeys, that's why we Jews have big noses. Here's the truth. Here's the facts. Jews don't even know how to relax. So we must take our breaths. Honey, that's why we Jews have big noses. Take some pauses. You've got nothing to fear. Forget the causes. We've just got a very big schnozzes. Yiddish cup, very bright. In an argument, we must be right. We are swell and much more. When we smell, it's no chore. There's very few aromas we refuse. People, we have such very big noses, 'cause we are all Jews. We don't shrink from any problem at hand. We'll defeat it. And if it's food, we will eat it. Golden Globes, Nobel Prize, Oh, we pack such a punch for our size. Yes, we do. And just wait, we're not through. We're still great. And nothing's gonna stop us till we're through. Listen, that's why the Jews are such giving philanthropists. That's why the Jews make fantastic psychologists. That's why the Jews take the time to smell everything. And we have such very big noses, 'cause we are all Jews.
Wonderful. Our next act is
Wait a
going
minute. I have to judge her. I have to judge her first. Paulawasha, you just killed every cat in Shushan.
Don't listen to him.
If you're taking singing lessons, get a lawyer and sue your teacher. Okay, you can continue
now.
now.
Our next act is going to sing a famous old folk song.
Moshe, make us more and more Hamantashen. Moshe, make us more and more Hamantashen. Sister helps to fill the need. Hamantashen brings us lots of poppy seed. Hamantashen. The river is deep and the waves are flat. Hamantashen. We shape our dough like Haman's hat. Hamantashen. Jordan Sparks is really hot. Oh my gosh, and fills her dough with apricot. Hamantashen. Moshe, make us more and more Hamantashen. Moshe, make us more and more Hamantashen.
Oh, Moshe, come to my dressing room after the show and I promise to give you more and more Hamantashen.
You know, that's a beautiful song whenever you're not singing it.
Haman, you're impossible. That was very good.
Very good. I'm tempted to ask him if he sang that song the night before his wife left him.
Our next singer is going to sing some songs we may not know the exact lyrics of, but we do know the tunes. Here now is Sarah Graber.
Oh, what a life I have. Every morning I wake up, go into the bathroom, look into the mirror, point my finger at the face I see and sing. Your ma told you, oh, how not to lose in love, missed what she taught ya, yes, you failed. After I leave the mirror, I take a shower and always sing, this shampoo they say is unreal, it gets every spot. Lots of soap can get every spot. The more you use, the more it foams. There is this cool guy that I have my eye on, but he doesn't even know I exist. He may not know who I am, but I know who he is. He may not know who I am, but I know who he is. He may not know who I am. He may not know who I am. He may not know who I am, but I know who he is. He may not know who I am, but I know who he is. I know I shouldn't sit around feeling sorry for myself, and I should go out on dates. But so many guys I know are so uninteresting. Take, for instance, this guy I know named Harvey Green. We went out once, and it was so boring. He's so superficial and shallow. Now, when he calls, I just tell him, "You're shallow, Harvey Green, shallow, Harvey Green, shallow, shallow. Your life is so rote, your brain's on remote, shallow, shallow." And if they're not boring and shallow, then they're critical. It's downright depressing. 8 fellows hate you, 8 will not date you, 8 cannot mate you, 8 can just berate you. But when I'm feeling unloved, I often go to the coffee place just up the street for a mocha and a cream-filled donut. Sometimes they put the donut on a cold dish, which I hate. Also, the guy there smells really, really, really bad. But it's the only game in town, so I always tell him, "Make me a mocha, oh, and a cream-filled donut. Make me a mocha, never in a cold dish. No straw, if you please. Yeah, go away, I smell ya. Go away, I smell ya." But the truth is that these days, I'm really so happy. I don't know what it is, but every day I wake up with a smile on my face. I'm excited about everything around me. You might say that I'm just so really high on life. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high. Oh, I feel so high, hey. Oh, I feel so high, hey. Oh, I feel so high. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high. I'm just real, I'm just real, I'm just real high.
Oh my God, you were just darling. Please come to my dressing room after the show, and that is, you'll say a bracha for me.
You know, Sarah, you've just invented a new form of torture.
Oh, Haman, have you no respect, you fool? She's a highly trained professional.
Professional what? It's not just that she has a bad voice. She was singing notes that have never been invented yet.
Our next act is someone you all know.
You sure do. She's the old former washed up Queen Vashti, pitifully trying to publicly perform way after her prime. But let's be good sports and give the old gal a big round of supportive, sympathetic applause.
Well, let's see what you'll have to do when you're my age, chickie.
What was that?
Nothing. Maestro. Of all the jerks that I've known, and I've known some, for the most part they're all pretty lonesome. But when you threw me out, the hurt in my heart turned to anger and a case of flatulence. Too short was my reign, it drives me insane. Just hear my great pain and understand. Too short was my reign. Again, I'll explain. I still should be the queen of the land. I could just beg forgiveness and maybe try to sue, but everything I think of is not a thing to do. Just hear my refrain. The whole thing's inane. I feel such a pain I cannot stand. I could just beg forgiveness or try to sue, but the thing I'm thinking of is put a curse on you. made hard by rain. It's hurting my brain. I still should be queen of the land. I still should be queen of the land.
Oh, Vashti, you were wonderful. I'd like to give you an adjustment for your pain.
What?
Whoops, I guess that's a little too direct. Never mind.
Vashti, you sing just like Darth Vader under a pile of gravel. If you went out and sang like that on the town square, people would stone you.
As you may know, our Prime Minister Haman has 4 sons, Fakakta, Verklempt, Vermischt, and Verstunken. Here's the oldest son, Fakakta, now. Hey, Fakakta, how come you picked to the Jews to prosecute and kill? Why didn't your family pick on another race of people?
I wonder where Fakakta's hiding.
Maybe we should contact him and then he'll come later.
It could be.
Okay. Well, he did show me what he was going to sing, and I'm going to sing it for him until he comes.
That's a good idea.
I'm here.
All right. So, it had to be Jews. It had to be Jews. We looked all around and finally found a race in a stew with supporters so few who we could unglue or treat really bad or make really sad, applying a screw. With Jews, it's so keen for us to be mean. We love to be cross and try to be boss and make them come through. For putting them down gives us a thrill, and we just love breaking their will. It had to be Jews, horrible Jews. It had to be Jews.
Well, it looks like you always have to get the last word. You know, Fakakta, if he were here, I would just tell him those were the lyrics that suck.
Well, that's my boy Fakakta. He's pretty great.
That was disgusting.
Go ahead.
We now get to hear from our beloved Prime Minister, Haman Cowell.
Thank you, thank you. I feel a sudden urge to share the kind of ditty that will make you stare. So please do try to go along while I sing this little song. This song I've written tells the news of the ghastly gallows that will kill the Jews. So before I start to wilt, I'll sing you about the gallows we've built. The beams are high, the rope is strong, the stairs to get there are tight and long. It's so frightful, it's so vicious, it's so ugly. I understand the reason why the Jews are frightened and want to cry. It's so frightful, it's so vicious, it's so ugly. You can tell at a glance that no Jew will have even a chance. You can hear the Grim Reaper whispering, "Hi, you're gonna die." So listen, each and every Jew, about the gallows we built for you. It's so frightful, it's so vicious, indestructible and impervious. It's appalling, it's disgusting, it's so vile, it's so ugly.
Oh, Haman, ugh. There are no words to describe what I think of that song and you.
Oh, shucks, thanks.
Not a compliment, Haman, you jerk. You've got some nerve to get up there and sing that despicable song.
Okay, the next to the last act of the evening is by a man who I have happened to know for a long time. He's someone I met a long time before I was the queen. He is the leader of the Jewish community. His name is Mordecai, and he has something important to share with us today. So I give you Mordecai the Jew.
When I was a young man going to shul, I played me a waiting game. I tried very hard to follow each rule. I'd be such a mensch in my old Hebrew school. And oh, God forbid, I should be a fool. And as time came around, I got my way. As time came around, I got my way. I became the defender of the Shushan Jews, the honored leader of all. I am their champion, their big go-to guy. Now it doesn't matter how much I try. All of the Jews here in Shushan surely will die. Soon, very soon, the time's growing near. They're going to round up us all. Oh, it's a short, short time till the 13th of Adar. And we all do know that the end is not far. When you know you will die, your heart's aflame. I really hate this awful waiting game. Oh, the days dwindle down to a precious few. Nisan, Tishrei. And in these last few days, I'll make beef stew. Of course I'll eat, 'cause I'm a Jew.
That was so beautiful. I am so verklempt.
Sorry. I don't have enough words to say in my vocabulary to say how awful that was.
You're awful, Haman. How can you even say that?
Look, the truth is he is completely and utterly useless.
Well, and now for the final act of the evening. Esther is going to sing a song that she has especially prepared for our guest of honor, Haman. Here she is now.
Haman, you are the boss of this land. Mercy has not made a fool of you. You're always in command. Haman, you on that high-flying cloud. You have decreed the Jews must go because they are a threat, you know. Better just kill them with their nose in the air. People who always dance and sing, people who always care. Won't you take my advice, although I'm just a layman? Or perhaps you should just think anew. Or maybe some Jews are true blue, and is killing them right thing to do? Oh, my dear Haman, won't you take my advice, although I'm just a layman? So I think it is time you withdrew. You're gonna be in a big old stew when the king finds out I'm a Jew. Oh, my dear Haman!
You're a Jew? Drat! I'm out of here.
Ease him.
Well, Esther, you did it. You saved the day. They caught Haman. You saved the Jewish people.
Oh, no, Cousin Mordecai, not me, at least not me alone. Last night, I prayed for strength and support to the one who has always come through for us, the one who will always be for us in our darkest hours. And you know very well who that is.
Oh, yes, dear Esther. I know very well.
Hashem, 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 sing it over. Hashem, 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 Hashem.
We were really troubled,
Hashem,
marked for the gallows,
Hashem,
13th of Adar.
Hashem, Hashem, Hashem,
He signed a royal order.
Hashem,
There was no more hope left.
Hashem,
Suddenly we're free now.
Hashem, Hashem, Hashem.
How did he do it?
Hashem,
Don't really know how.
Hashem,
He used dear Esther.
Hashem, Hashem, Hashem,
She was his assistant.
Hashem,
Gave her the strength she needed
Hashem,
to defeat that Haman.
Hashem, Hashem, Hashem.
Hashem, 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 Hashem. Chag Sameach, everyone.
Yes. Okay. Well, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to tell you the cast. And if when your name is called, you could say something or you can wave or both. But I'm going to introduce the cast to you. The Elsa character, whose name is Susie, was played by Susie Galler. Wave, Susie.
Hey.
And next to her is her lover, Kit Thompson, who sang Michael, Row Your Boat Ashore. Queen.
You can move closer in.
All right. Princess Di, who helped narrate, was played by Diana Dorman, and Esther was played by Barbara Wilson.
There.
Sue Billich, there, good. Sue Billich played the judge Paulawasha Abdula, and Bennett Neiman played Haman Cowell, judge. Michelle Mungia played.
That's Mungia, honey. Mungia.
Mungia. Sorry.
Mungia.
So Sandy Mann was the chef, and you discovered that she was having an affair with the king, who was in her room. A mistake was that's his consort. So that was David Mann pretending to be the king. Mark Hapner, who sang SHUL. Cantor Sarah Abner played Sarah, and she was wonderful.
Bravo.
And
Chag Sameach, everyone.
Don Sassano was on the call and he somehow got dropped off. He was Kapakafta. So, and Wayne Ewan was a wonderful Mordecai. So now, can you turn on the sound of everybody, Rachel, so they can applaud and we can hear them, or they can.
So everybody, if you would like to unmute. He did. He credited himself. If you want to unmute yourself, I'm going to turn on your video and wave. This is now the time.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Wonderful.
Oh, is that Linda?
Yeah. We also have a question from the audience. What was the song that Queen Esther sang?
It was, the song was called Hey There, and it was recorded by Rosemary Clooney.
Okay, there you go.
It was also in the movie Pajama Game. And John Raitt, Bonnie Raitt's father, sang that song. Anybody else?
I just want to give.
Thank you. It was great.
Thank you.
Y'all did an amazing job. I just want to give a huge thanks to everybody. You can tell how much work and time y'all put into this. Your costumes. I gotta tell y'all, that was the best harmonizing that I've seen on Zoom in the entire COVID time period at the end. So that's better. We've all been on a call where people try to sing happy birthday together. So again, I just want to say I am so impressed as always. And I thank you for sharing this with all of us and with the community and allowing us to have this program that we look forward to every year, even in a really difficult time. So huge applause, huge thanks. Cannot thank you enough.
Thank you. And I didn't really pay enough homage to Sue Billich, who's our director and powerhouse and amazing person. She's just great. Always
my mom. That's my mom.
I would like to thank Rachel for always being there for us, and for her crew, for letting us do this on Zoom. And we froze our gutkas off last week, but hey, we're here. You can tell we're all pros. Thank you, crew. Thank you, cast. Thank you, Zoom.
Audience.
And thank you, audience. That's right. We have 70 people.
Oh my God.
79 people.
79 people.
We appreciate your loyalty. Thank you very much.
All right.
So who played Haman?
I don't know.
Haman. Oh, boo boo. That was Bennett.
Bennett Newman.
And Bennett mentioned Don Sassano. Unfortunately, he had trouble with his computer tonight, and thanks, Bennett, for jumping in.
I'm shy, but I decided to do it anyway.
Yeah, you are shy. Thanks for doing
And
it.
Bennett wrote the score, right? He wrote the play.
Yeah.
Good job, Bennett.
Thank you. It's my love.
I'm gonna.
That was a good job. We're going to do. Thank you. Next year we're going to do the Wizard of Oz.
So why not alone?
Yeah, as long as we're not.
Hopefully in person.
I think that's actually a great place to officially stop. A little hint for next year, and then I'm going to stop the recording.